So guys, we're now going to get straight into this video. As you can see, I'm priming her lids and I'm using the P. Louise base in number 3 to do this. Once I've applied a thick coating, I'll then blend it evenly on her lids, and this will give a nice and white base, so all the colors that I'll be applying will stand out on her lids. Now we're going in with this Juvia Space palette, and I'll be using that brown or burgundy looking shade, and this will be applied to the outer parts of her eyelid area. This will also be used as the transition shade. So I'm just adding on multiple layers, and as you can see, whilst I'm adding it on, I'm also doing a blending motion, and this will just make sure that it is blended smoothly and it is not too harsh on the lid area. As you can see, when I'm blending it, I'm also bringing it into the creasing of her eyelids, as I'm using this as the transition shade, as I said earlier. You can make this eyeshadow as pigmented as you want, but she was going for something a bit more subtle, so I didn't add much pigmentation to this eyeshadow shade. I then went in with a smaller angled brush, and this will allow me to get into those creasing areas to blend the transition shade in smoothly. As you can see, I'm not making the transition shade into the creasing as pigmented as the outer parts of the eyes, because we'll be cutting this crease. Now I'm going in with the P. Louise base in number 1, and I'll be using this to do a semi-cut crease on her eyelid area. And you can use any small brush to do this. Just make sure that you're being very precise and accurate when you're doing this, because once you've messed up, there's no turning back. Okay, once it's dried down, I went in with the same shade and I apply it to the outer part of the cut crease area, and also onto her lower lash line, just to give this a bit of a dramatic feel. I'm now going in with this Fix Glitter Gel, and I'm just applying some to the inner part of the cut crease area, and then I'll be going in with a mix of blue and green glitter, and this will be the finishing for the eyes. All I did was just did a little wing liner and just applied a simple lash to this bead, and that's how the eyes came out, guys. Now we're going to be going on to beating this face. So this is how the eyeshadow is looking at the moment. She wanted a bit more glitter, so I've added a little bit more, and then we'll be going on to doing our foundation, conceal and contour routine. So for foundation, we're using the Fenty Beauty foundation in 410, and this is her shade. We're just adding on a few drops, and then we'll be blending it in seamlessly into the skin. And you want to use a small fluffy brush to just blend this into the skin. As you can see, I'm not doing a rubbing motion, I'm just patting it into the skin until it is all blended out. As for under the eyes, I'll be using a small eyeshadow brush to make sure that the product is well seamlessly blended onto her skin. For concealing, I'm using the Makeup Revolution concealer in C12.5 as a highlight shade. And to blend this out, I'm using a small fluffy brush, as well, as you can see from this clip. And I got this from AliExpress, and I'm just using this to blend the concealer underneath her eyes to just give a very smooth finishing. I'll also be adding concealers to her forehead area, her chin, her nose bridge, her cupid's bow, and also on her jawline area. To contour her face, I'm using the Too Faced foundation in Spice Rum, and I'm just doing a light contour for this tutorial, and I'll be contouring her forehead area just below where the concealer is, and also under her jawline area, concealed parts of her face. And I'm just going to be blending this into the skin, and then we'll be going to set in the contoured and highlighted area, and we'll be topping off this look with a nice lipstick combo. To set the conceal areas, I'll be using the Sacha Buttercup setting powder, and this will just help to define and just let the concealer stay in place. And to define the contoured areas, you know what I'll be using. It will be the LA Girl Pro Press Powder in Dark Cocoa. And for this tutorial, I'm using the baking method, and once I'm happy with how the areas are set, I then dust the excess powders off and just set her face with my setting spray from NYX, and then use my finishing powder. I can't remember where I got it from, but I think the shade is in Toffee, to just define her makeup look. I then use a pink and an orange shade as her blush, and then we'll be applying the highlighter to her forehead area, her chin area, her cupid's bow, nose bridge, and to her cheek area. Following this process, my camera battery died, so we were unable to get the lip combo on camera, but you'll be seeing this at the end of the clip. So this is how the makeup look came out, guys. Thank you for watching. Until next time, peace and love, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.